Hi everyone and welcome to Fun with Code. In this video we are going to create password generator in Python using Tkinter. If you like this video, please hit the thumbs up button and subscribe to my channel. Without any further delay, let's have fun with code. As you can see, I have created a simple Tkinter window which contains a label, an entry and a button. So when the user clicks on this button, we'll get the integer input from this entry, and according to the integer input here we'll generate some random text, or you can call it as password. So let's start with that. So what we are going to do is we are going to check if user enters for any text input. So if the user enters any text input, we have to give a warning to the users. You have entered a text input, you should enter an integer input. So let's create a function called def check for text, or you can simply change this to generator. Now let's use try. So what we are going to do is get we are going to get the text from this, or we can say text or password. So let's create a variable called input1, which will be equal to character dot get, and this is going to check whether if this is in integer value or not. So we can use int and keep this inside brackets. So if it is not an integer value, we'll use except. If it is any value error, what we'll do is we'll change the text of the label, which is note, and we'll change it to enter an integer value. So let's try this. Let's save the program and run the program. Now I'll try to enter an integer value here, which is 11, and I will click on generate. So nothing happens. So let's type some text, and the text of the label changed to enter an integer value. So we have done with this. Now if the input is integer, we'll generate some random password. So we'll use for loop here. For we are going to say cha in range, and it's going to be 0 comma the input, which is input1. And now let's import module called random. Now let's create two variables, which is alphabets, which let's say chr character, and this will be random dot randint, and this will be from ord, and here we can pass a, and let's get out of the parenthesis and create another ort, which will be z. And now if you don't use this chr, it will generate some random 3-digit integer. So we'll create integers. We'll get some random integers. So what we can do is random dot randint. We can simply say 0 comma 9. It will generate it will take random integer from 0 to 9, between 0 to 9. And now we will mix them both in a list. So let's say list 1, which is equal to alphabets comma integers. And now we don't want it to be like alphabets and an integer. It should be like random, whether it should be an integer or an alphabet. So we can say password is equal to random dot choice, and it is going to choose from this list, which is list 1. So let's print this value after it's finished. Print password. So now let's save the program and run this program. Now let's enter 11 and let's hit on generate password. Now you can see here 20BD and some random password. So we have done with creating random password, but we want this to be inside label as a text of label or inside entry. So what we can do is we are going to create another list called final pass, which will be an empty list, and after the for loop is finished, not after the for loop is finished, in the for loop we'll say final pass dot append. We are going to append password. So we don't need to print password now, so let's remove that. And after everything is in the for loop is done, it should proceed to next step, which will be node.configure text is equal to final pass. Now let's save this program and run this program. Now let's enter an integer value, something like 9, and let's hit on generate password. Now we have a random password, which is 2bbw03664. Thanks for watching this video, guys. If you like this video, please hit the thumbs up button and subscribe to my channel.